Bass, bass, bass. 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 Bass, bass.
videos ended before I thought they would. You guys caught me sleeping. Right? But I will get right now. What you think?
I was like, that was pretty short, actually. I wasn't really expecting that one either, but
I may have deleted some, man.
I think
Did
so.
the one we talked about play?
The very first one.
I thought that was Jamie. The Jamie.
You didn't play Jamie's video today.
Oh, I started. That's why it's so short. I started in the wrong sequence.
Yes, sir. Jamie's video didn't play today. Yes, sir.
Well.
It
So what did it do, man?
You know, kind of the same. Hey, Brendan, how are you, sir? No. Same shit, different day, you know. Actually having a really decent day. Got the grandbaby over. She's staying the night upstairs, probably watching. It might be close to her bedtime. She's probably upstairs watching a movie, getting ready to go to bed.
Yeah.
So, other than that, you know, kind of same shit, different day, really. How about yourself?
I worked on my tan. That's what I did. Worked on my tan.
Yeah, I'm outside enough. I don't need to do that.
Well, while I worked on my tan, I took the chainsaw, cut limbs, drove the limbs, loaded the limbs on the pickup, carried them to somewhere I could burn the limbs. You know. Hey, Tina.
Hopefully everything will be fine, Brendan.
Yeah, no doubt.
Hey, Tina, how are you?
Hey, Brandon, you're not letting your wife do it, are you, man? That's a bad idea. Do you have life insurance?
Well,
do surgery if the wife has life insurance on you.
Maybe just a little bit. That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
That is funny. I ain't even gonna lie. But yeah, I don't know. You know, kind of not really doing much. Just been kind of, you know, getting things settled back down, getting, you know, the stuff around for finals, getting ready for finals. That's, you know, exciting. It's a lot of things and a lot of stress. So
exciting, yeah.
Yep.
It is.
I don't know, Paul. Are you qualified for finals? We will be getting into that in just a little bit. Just a little bit, sir.
Just shortly we will get into that.
For sure. I know I'm definitely ready for that. So
yeah, me too. I hope we can have a good time with it. That's the whole goal.
100%. Just remember, judges, or you know, I hate to say this, but whoever's going to have them shows better have that internet ready. It better be on point. You can't have a show if you don't have internet.
And test with me so that you know how to work it. Right?
We've had a couple hiccups there before. Wait till the last minute. I'm telling you.
I can't be everywhere at finals day. I'm pretty much locked down here. This is Brandon's wife.
She's all ready to cut him open. Come on, get him ready.
Right.
Hi, Denise. How are you, ma'am?
I hadn't seen or heard from her in a month. It seems like a month.
I know they've been kind of keeping quiet over there.
I thought John might put her in her place. You know,
everybody's been really excitedly waiting over there for some information. I'm just saying. Everybody, do you know anything? Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
So I'm ready. Everybody wants to know. Everybody wants to know. I bet you are busy. I bet you. Do you guys see? People don't realize that they don't just do Slamology. They do, you know, Gauge Magazine and everything else as well too. So
yeah, they work year round. Yeah,
they're busy for sure.
And you can tell you something. They're the only people that I know. Not that they don't take vacations, but most everybody says, "Man, my show just didn't make no money," and then when the show's over, they buy a new trailer or they go to Mexico on vacation or they go to Europe or, you know, and I'm like, okay, you didn't make no money.
Right.
You know,
it happens. So.
But look, there ain't nothing wrong with people making money. They work hard on those shows.
I mean,
I encourage them. I encourage people I'm happy that they make money, and I hope they make a lot of money. I just wish it had to be of the mindset that you can't make money. People get mad at you if you make money.
I mean, the bad part about it is, nobody's out there looking to get rich, by any means. But
I do. I try.
But in that same sense, we do it for the fun of it. But in that same sense,
no, base sports don't make rich. No.
We're not here. We're not here to go broke or break even every show either. I'm sorry to say that, but we got to make a little bit of money.
You need to make a good bit of money. You know why?
The fun
is fun. If you drove to the base horse show, it's going to break. Might be a transmission, might be a flat tire.
Oh.
So if you go trying to run your business, and it's a business for you, if you go trying to run your business with small profit margin, when something goes down, you don't have the money to fix it. Right? You got to put up for a rainy day, and you got to have profit in order to put up.
Yes, sir. And that's, that's the bad part about it is people don't understand, there's quite a few shows where we'll break even, quite a few shows where we'll make a little bit of money, and quite a few shows where we don't make anything. But it kind of all equals out, comparison to gas, wear and tear on the vehicle, oil changes, tire rotations, all that stuff.
No. You can't count all those expenses, man. They don't matter. They don't exist.
Yeah,
all that matters.
And God forbid if you have to stay the night somewhere or eat or anything.
No. Expenses don't count. All that matters is you collect $500 that day, right? That's all that matters. Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait to get a demo of that, Brett. I can't wait for sure.
Right. Man, he got a 64 out of that thing.
I can't wait. I'm telling you, I can't wait.
64, dude.
I know. I'm excited.
I think he told me he came out the gate with a 60. So he's picked up 4 decimals above a 60. Now, nobody take offense, but if you pick up 4 decimals from 135 to 139, that's awesome, but that's not as hard as from 160 to 164. That's different worlds,
We always say, or at least I do. I don't know about anybody else. Once you hit a 160, it's like $3,000 every decimal. $3,000 for a 64, $3,000 for a 62, and so on and so on. It's thousands of dollars for each decimal you get up there. Once you get up above 60, it really is. It's hard, especially once you get to that 60 spot. It's hard to go any higher. It really is. And I don't know how the hell Carlos does it. Seriously. Carlos,
I talked with him one night. I was lucky enough, Jordan and I were lucky enough to go eat dinner with him, right? Let me just tell you guys a little bit about Carlos. So Jordan and I, we finished that show in Las Vegas. It's been a couple years ago. And so Carlos, we couldn't get a table for hours, right? It was like that. And so, but Carlos had gotten himself a table earlier. So he was prepared. He knew. Anyway, he invited us to go with him since we couldn't get a table, right?
Oh, that's bad.
But he told me that night, he said that, he says, man, sometimes you make these big changes and it's just a tenth or not even a tenth. And then he says, then sometimes you make a change and it's a big jump. He says, and you never know what's going to do that. But he says, and I can't remember exactly what he told me, but it seems like he said that going from, like 180 to 181 was hell, but from 181 to 185 was easy. The numbers could be different, but he said that, it just, that's just the way it goes, So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. And I tell people all the time, just because I have a Tahoe and you have a Tahoe and you're running 815s with the exact same design and the exact same setup as I am, the builds are not going to do the same. There's that little bit of difference between what you do and what I do is going to make that huge difference on that microphone. Mm-hmm. So just because your buddy has a Plymouth Horizon and he's doing a 155 and you think of, if I go buy this Plymouth Horizon and put the exact same everything, it's not going to do the same. There's a big difference between the box design, the people that build it, the wire, the batteries, the alternators. I mean, there's so much variables and differences in all that. It makes a huge difference. So, I mean, but that's kind of what it's just like, being human. I mean, there's so many different variables of us out there. I mean, if there was just one Billy or one Jimmy out there, it would be a pretty boring fucking world. So, I don't know. It's just, and I think people forget that sometimes. It's like, oh, I'm just going to copy his setup and I'm going to get that 156. No, not necessarily. Not necessarily.
Yeah, you just never know.
And Dave is absolutely right. You have to put in that work, and you got to keep testing, tweaking, and tuning. I couldn't spit out that tweaking.
And I tell you what, we could save some people some money. Let's do it. Let's save all these guys some money. Most of the people watching here probably know this, right? But so you guys know that an amplifier changes your battery power to changes your battery power to the music, right? It's just all it does is change the.
I had to put it to Ryerson.
Yeah. So basically, the moral of the story is, no matter the amplifier you have, if you don't have the battery behind it, you're not going to get the power. So stock up on battery and use a smaller amp. Use all the battery you got and max out your amp what you got.
Yes.
Spend your money on the battery, right?
100%.
Because if you buy a Salt, what's the Salt? Salt 12 is a big amp, right? Salt 8, right? The Warhorse, any of those.
Absolutely.
If you don't have battery power behind it, guess what you got?
Shane actually beat me to that one right there.
You got a 2K.
It takes power to make power, 100%.
That's right. Right. Yeah.
I mean, right now I'm running 10 bakes of excess power caps in mine. My voltage is on point. I can't complain. It's solid and strong. I mean, I sit and demoed. I demoed for, probably a couple hours here, and then I'd stop, go kind of walk around. I demoed for a couple more hours here, but my voltage stayed on point all weekend long at Slamology. It really did. So I'm impressed by the excess power bakes. So
yeah, I'm sure they're good stuff. I haven't tried it personally, but they wouldn't be as a big brand as they are in our industry if they weren't good.
I do too. Turn it up. Hold on now. That's not even fair.
Mm-hmm.
That's not fair. Did you not see that video I just posted a little bit ago of Jackie and his kid?
Yeah.
Her kid, sorry. I mean, that happens sometimes. Absolutely. It really does. Really, really does.
Well, I know a couple of guys that I don't know, what does Walt have in his little red car? I don't know what he's got, man. But I think he's a 60 plus in that car. I think it's A15 or A18. One speaker, I think. I could be wrong, maybe two. But it's not Walt, and he's beating the dog out of some people that's Walt, Now, it might be a little higher frequency, but
I had somebody ask me earlier, they watched one of Carlos's videos because I had it playing in the background. They was like, how is he able to do that high on one sub? I said, it's the build.
Yeah, it's the build.
It's the build, 100%. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's the battery. It's the amplifier. It's a lot of everything, but it's the build, 100%.
In 10 years.
The build. Yeah, and it took him 10 years to get that van to where it's at right now. That didn't happen overnight. That took a lot of time, love, and blood, sweat, and tears. Blood, sweat, and tears. There. Efficiency.
Keyword.
That's where a lot of us have forgot about that.
Yep.
Is efficiency. We just loud. I don't care. More.
Don't matter.
The efficiency. Yeah. But it's funny. Well, I mean, yeah, you're absolutely right. Brett don't count. Well, I mean, yeah, Brett, he's got some pretty bad shit going on with his.
Yeah, he's got all his interior,
Yeah.
and leaks. Got leaks, right?
For sure. And it's very, very nasty. What's up, Tajan? How are you, sir?
Yeah.
Seeing, I haven't actually officially put mine on the meter yet, so I don't know what I'm metering at. I kind of did a little testing on my own.
To get
Just,
170.
no, please, not even close. Not even close. I just, I tried to see where I was peaking at, and I couldn't because, I don't know. I can really, honestly, I can play from like 19 hertz all the way up to 53 hertz, and there's really, I mean, don't get me wrong, you can hear the difference in the volume and how loud it is, but the subs and the build can just handle it pretty efficient. And I love it to death. But as weird as it sounds, I found out my Tahoe, it kind of peaks right around the 137 to 138 range. And most Tahoes peak at 40 to 41, 42 in there. So I don't know.
46, actually.
Yeah, I don't know, but it seemed to be like it was peaking at like 37, 38 hertz.
Huh.
So we'll see. But like I said, I still got some more testing and tuning and to exactly see, because there's, we all know there's two different peaks or frequencies that you actually peak at. There's not one, there's two. And maybe 37, 38 is just my lower frequency.
Is yours a 6?
Sixth order, yes, sir.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yes, sir.
I
don't,
cool. So Jimmy, tell us where we are on the finals awards. What's happening?
Well, as of now, we've got.
And for those that don't know, Jimmy is our awards. What do they call that lady that's at the border?
I'm not a lady, so I don't know.
The border czar, is that a thing? Jimmy is the award czar. I think that's a thing.
No. So basically,
anyway, the finals awards for us. He helped me out. He took that load off of me, and I appreciate it. Yeah. So award procurement person.
Sure. Okay. We'll run with that one for now.
Right.
I mean, as of right now, we got 3 different people that is willing to help us out for awards. We're looking on trying to do belts right now. Between belts and there's a couple other options that were out there, trying to figure out as well, because we want to try to get them to you as quick as possible as well. We don't want you guys waiting 6 to 7 to 8 months afterwards. But in that same sense, we're not trying to give you just some average trophy either. So if it takes you waiting a month or 2 to get the badass trophy, that might have to happen. But hopefully that won't happen. But I'm just kind of throwing that out there right now.
We're not going to personalize them this time.
Yeah, but I am throwing that out there. So
that's what takes the time.
Absolutely. So, but we got JY Power or JY, Excess Power. They're helping us out with a lot. We got excuse me. We got DTX helping us as well. We also have Reliance Sound, or is that right? Resilient Sound. I'm sorry. Resilient Sound helping us out as well too. So we're trying to try to figure out the best bang for our buck.
Yeah.
To make them as badass as they can be for you guys as well. They're not going to be personalized for you guys, but we're trying to make them something special, and it's not just a normal average everyday trophy for you. So
yeah, and listen, and
it takes time.
There's a reason I kind of asked Jimmy to step in on this is because I don't care for awards very much. I don't like the belts and I don't like the rings. And that's the reason I did personal things for you guys before. So Jimmy, he's a little bit more in touch with what you guys like, right? So
absolutely,
yeah. So that's really that's one reason Jimmy is kind of helping there. He's a little bit more in touch. And there's that.
I don't know. It just I hear what you guys say. We're all out there. We hear you guys, and we want to give you guys something just a little bit different, but also something special. But we also know there's a time frame within what we have to do. So
Yeah.
we can only do so much within the time frame and the money that's allowed. But
I usually this would be the first time I didn't customize an award, right? Is that right? Yeah. So when you have to customize things, man, just I can't even start till after finals are over. So
that's a bold statement right there, Jesse.
but Jesse's not loud, is he? He got a little car, right? What state is he in?
He's right here with me.
Yeah, ain't no loud people in the Midwest. What the heck?
Whatever. Shit.
That's what I've been telling y'all.
We took 9 of them belts last year, or 9 of them finals trophies home
But
last
9
year.
out of 150 ain't all that good, Jimmy.
I'm talking first place. I'm talking first place, sir. First place.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Yeah,
There's
just giving
a
you a
lot
hard
of loud everywhere.
Y'all have Jamie. Ain't nobody louder than Jamie, is it?
Not at 20 hertz. Yeah,
Right?
I don't know. But yeah, I say that, but yeah, I don't know. So we'll see. We'll see.
You got the pig farmer.
We got Isaac.
Is Isaac loud?
Isaac with his little S10, yeah.
Is that a little white S10?
Huh?
You speak Benz?
No. His
Different
has always been the gray S10. The one that always has that high pitch sound that everybody always thinks is my microphone. It's always his shit.
Is it loud?
He probably fixed it, yeah. Midwest
It's
not
loud?
loud.
Did he do a 45?
Yeah, it does at least a 45.
And also, we have to sort of help out you guys with the Midwest. Jack, man, y'all in the Northeast, man. Why did y'all say that is Midwest, man? What is going on there? I don't understand. Help me.
Midwest is Iowa, Kansas, Nebraska, and Missouri. That's the
Them
Midwest.
boys over in New York
That's
say
the
they in the
Midwest.
Midwest, man. What is going on
No,
there?
Midwest is the 4 states right in the center of it. We're the Midwest.
Right. Yeah, I had to look at the map. I was like, man, what the world? Why are they saying Midwest?
I know. I hear a lot of people always say that. It's like Midwest. And I'm like, wait a minute. You're all the way up here. How's that the
Northeast,
Midwest?
yeah.
No, Midwest is in the middle. That's the mid. I don't know, but it is. It is what it is. Drew always gets mad at me because I'm like, when are you guys going to come down here? And he's like, not down here. It's up here. I'm like, damn it. So it's funny.
Yeah.
About that. So,
Yeah.
oh.
Speaking of awards, I'd like to say one other thing. We ordered a crap load of tag plates. We had some of them come in on the plane, and some are coming for a slow boat from China, literally, right? So, but anyway, I tracked them today. They have made it to either Memphis or Mobile, Alabama. So there's be coming in soon. So when I tell you that if a judge does not have tag plates, that it is not their fault, it is Bill's fault. So yeah, don't be mean to my judges, right? I tried to go when I tracked them. I tried to see if I could go meet them, take them out of Mobile, but they say no.
Nope, they have to complete the ship. Yeah, absolutely. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
everybody needs tag plates, man. We ran out.
We all
Ran-
need tag plates, Brandon. Trust me.
We
Yeah.
ran out so fast, and well, man, we're just doing a lot of stuff. I just faster than I thought, and that's on me. That's my bad. The judges, I got nothing to do with that. That's my fault. We run out
That's a good thing, but a bad thing. It's a good thing, but a bad thing.
Yeah. It's
Because
good.
that shows that we're growing, we're expanding, and
Yeah, we're still growing.
it's growing. It's growing.
Yep.
I hope this year, if not this year, maybe we'll give it to next year. But I hope next year we're like quadruple the first finals that me and you did.
Oh no, we may do that this year.
See, and that's what I said. This year would be badass, but
Yeah.
if not, hopefully next year.
I
Quadruple.
don't think we're going to get the number of runs I hoped for this year, total runs. But
I think
we're
though,
still
I
doing
think
more. We're
sorry.
still more than we will have last year, so we're still growing.
Yeah,
you know.
we are, and we're still listening to you guys, and we're still kind of mixing up some things, and we're going to be throwing in a little bit of extra changes next year. Like, you know, I've been listening to all you guys and all my competitors, and I've been kind of chirping in Billy's ear, and hopefully I'm going to get him to allow all of our judges to possibly do one progressive show a year. One.
What's a progressive show?
Where they can get more than one set of points. Like they can earn double the points for that show instead of like, say they enter, say, Hurricane. Instead of them just getting one show of points for Hurricane, they can get 2 shows worth of points for Hurricane.
Well, I tell you what we'll do. So next year it's going to take 7 shows to go to finals instead of 5, right? What we will do is we will pick a weekend, right? And on that weekend we will do a double show count for people, right? That's the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but yeah,
it really is. So if they enter that weekend, if they take that, it's kind of like a free tax weekend, right? So we'll make one weekend and they get double, and if they get, if they win, I guess. Nah, we probably just let it if they enter. But anyway, yeah, I'm down.
I don't know, because I hear that kind of that little bit from other organizations, and I can do it here. We can do it here. Please
preach to the choir then for just a second, okay? So listen, y'all. What is the purpose of a progressive show? Tell me, what is it? It's to get you guys more points towards finals. Is that right?
Yeah.
No. That is not it. I'm gonna tell you what it is. Nothing says I suck as a promoter like progressive points. What that says is I can't get competitors to my show with a regular show. I have to entice them with a bunch of extra points. So that just is really
makes the show bigger,
in my opinion. Also, why in the world would I want to have a show, Jimmy? Why would you want to go have a show with enough? What they doing 7x points now, 6x, 4x?
No, and I would never go that. I told them possibly.
But the point is this: as a business person, why would I want to have one show that gets somebody qualified for finals? Why would I want to do that? That's bad for business.
It really is. 100%.
It's not my business; it's their business, and so I don't.
No, I agree with you 100%. 100%.
Okay, so let's play devil's advocate here. What they do is they add those points 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6x, and they charge the judges, you guys, how many hundreds or thousands of dollars to have that show?
Yes, and that's where a lot of people don't understand is like, I'm not. If you go to XYBD show and you want that to be a double show or a triple show or a quadruple show, you have to pay their boss XYDP this amount of money plus this amount of money for a regular show. So to have them double or triple point shows, that's just not a normal show. So it does, like Billy says, it costs a lot more money. And then in the long run, you might as well just go to another show and it saves you that much more money your time.
And besides that, man, we're not trying to get you. We want you to come to the shows and camaraderie with us. That's what we want. We want the fun. We don't care about all stuff. We want to build the culture and have the fun. That's the goal for Base Wars. Base Wars is not for everybody. If you're an award chaser, we are probably not for you. If you're a points chaser, we're probably not for you. Just the way it is. We care more about the shows and having a good time while we're there than we do anything else. That's just super important to me. Right. That right there is what it's all about.
100. I mean, it's a family. 90% of the time, I'm not there to, make money or to be rich, whatever. I'm there to have fun. I'm there to hang out with you guys, and it's the fun of it. And my favorite saying, once again, Base Wars is about bringing the fun back to the lanes.
I discovered really quickly that you have to profit in order to grow. So I'll explain that. I used to, when I first started Base Wars, we did.
I can see your comments, Bobby.
Do what?
Billy was asking if you could see his comments. Or Bobby, sorry.
I see that one. At first, when Base Wars started, we were doing little medallions, right? And those medallions, they wound up doubling the cost of those. And I couldn't, there was just no money left because I gave away 2 of those for every entry, right? Used to, when you entered Base Wars, you entered a legal and an outlaw section, so to speak, sealed run and a legal run, right? So I gave away 2 with your entry if you placed in it, right? So, and that was okay. But then they doubled the price of those medallions. I'm like, man, what am I going to do now? So I'm like, well, I got to go up on the price, right? But I didn't want to do that. You can't just go up on a price without giving some more value to the competitor, right? So that's, Jimmy, when I switched. I spent all that money and bought the sublimation stuff, right, to be able to sublimate, and I switched to plaques. So then I went to plaques. We did your normal award was an 8x10 plaque that most people give away as something special. Now that was our everyday normal award. Yeah, y'all go get it, Jimmy, and show everybody one.
Talk to him.
Yeah. So anyway, once I started doing those plaques and making them myself, and I went up, I think $5 per entry, and I cut out the legal run because what was happening is nobody was doing them. Everybody was doing just their outlaw. They're like, oh, I don't want to do the legal run. So, okay. But anyway, I started making a little profit there. But prior to that, I couldn't grow. Now, once I made that profit, I was able to pay off that because I financed all that sublimation stuff. I was able to pay off that stuff and then keep going. And then I could buy tents and we could grow. But I couldn't grow until I decided I had to make some profit. So there's got to be profit made for any business to grow. And in order to up your rates, you have to give the competitor or customer, if you don't give them more value, you got to give them more perceived value, right? And I'm not so sure, I just don't know what else can be that we could do within a $30 realm for our awards. I just don't know if there's anything else we could do. So we're doing the best we can, but we do have to profit. We have to profit. Y'all, this live stream, $100 a month on the fees, and there's $800 in lights. There's a $2,500 monitor, $5,000 tablet, another little $600 gizmo, another $400 gizmo. There's a $5,000 computer back there. That it takes takes all this to run Base Wars. Those graphics that you guys see, those videos that I make, it takes a computer to make all that stuff. And it couldn't be a cheap one, especially the finals, y'all. You realize I have to take video from 5 to 10 judges in to my computer and have enough bandwidth to do it and have processing power to take all that in and then output it to you guys whenever we do finals. That was where it got expensive as far as the computer goes. I did get a laptop instead of a desktop. Kind of regret that. But I got the biggest at the time of the Geo 3090 graphics card was the biggest one you could get, and that's what's in there.
Well, I apologize. My wife moved everything, and I didn't want to stay up there too long. So
well, I tell you what, I know where one is, so I'll be right back.
All right, cool. So, anyways, like we've been saying, we're here to have fun, guys. I know sometimes it gets a little competitive, and there's a lot of naysayers out there, I guess I want to say. But just remember, when it comes right down to it, it's for fun. I mean, if you're not having fun, and there's been quite a few times where I'll yell at you if you're in the lanes and if you're sitting there frowning or acting ugly. Chevy, there's my boy right there. But sorry, but if you're acting ugly in the lanes or upset, I'm going to look at you and say, hey, there's a problem. You need to smile. We're here to have fun, Yes, competitiveness, I understand, but no. So, I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't say the wrong show, but yeah. We just, I don't know. There's enough serious organizations out there, and there's enough serious people out there where it's just come and have fun, just hang out and relax. So, who's this posting from this? What? Who's posting from what, sir? I don't understand. Hi, Wesley or Wes. Did you miss the ghost? That's my boy. I don't know where Billy went. Oh, the name Base Wars. It could be any one of the judges that are actually. It could be. I'm guessing maybe Dan O'Brien. Yeah. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, sir. I definitely appreciate that. It's going to be a very nice weekend with me and my wife. Our 30th year anniversary. So amazing times for that woman putting up with me for 30 years. It could be Greg, I guess. I don't know. It's hard to say. It could be any one of the judges that's actually signed in under Base Wars. So I'm guessing probably Brett. Or not Brett. Sorry. I didn't mean to say that. Yeah, but no, because he's in here. I don't know. Appreciate it. Thank you, Wes. It could be Greg. I mean, it could be Greg. Like I said, I think it's Dan O'Brien. Because Brandon actually was commenting earlier too. So I appreciate that, Brett. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Very, very much. Yeah, I know it takes a lot for somebody to put up with me that long. Shit. Could you imagine being with me for 30 years? Hell no. I feel sorry for her. Shit, she deserves an award. Shit, she deserves a damn Mercedes Benz. See? Yeah, I didn't think it was you, Brandon. So I'm thinking it's got to be Dan O'Brien.
What's that?
They're asking who's commenting under Base Wars.
Man, there ain't no telling.
I said it could be any one of the judges. So I'm guessing it's Dan O'Brien.
Yeah.
Brett said Speedy.
Could could be him.
It could be Speedy. I don't know.
Yeah. I couldn't find one. I saw one the other day, and but I had cleaned the garage out, put the truck in it.
See,
and so
we had this one shelf upstairs where we actually keep all of our awards and all that stuff like that for Base Wars. But Mama was moving and cleaning and rearranging, and
yeah,
I don't know. Probably just get one and put it down here on the table and keep it down on the table.
Somebody ought to have about 1 million of them, because just like some people are unhappy with the tag place, they were doing the same thing about the. Well, these were 8 by 10, 8 by 10. Wood plaques.
They were badass. Man, I can't believe I just don't have any handy. Wow. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? We had so many of those things.
Right? I mean, I know I got at least probably 15 of them still sitting upstairs.
Just don't know where, huh?
They were on the shelf, but no, Mama moved them.
Yeah. So, and look, The first time I sent Jimmy a set of those, this is another reason the tag plays work for us. $160 to ship a set of those things up to him.
Yeah, I remember giving it to you too. In that little festiva.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yes, I did. Actually, I did.
Yeah, he did. That was really cool. Yeah. I don't know. Was Brett around when we were doing the
Pegwood or the
I don't think so. I don't think he'd come about yet.
not the wood ones, no. He was still he was still having fun with his wife.
Yeah. He was a newbie. He hadn't started yet.
Yeah, Brett was a newbie. Brett's wife didn't let him out with the restraining order or the leash, I guess. I'm just joking, Brett. Don't think that's the wrong way because my wife had my shit for a long time too. Kids, you ain't doing nothing but raise that damn kid.
Well, Jimmy, so we talked about the awards for finals, right?
Mm-hmm.
You guys are looking into belts, rings, and I
Belts,
guess that's what
rings,
you're
and
looking at right now, huh?
that's where we're kind of just lying and hopefully belts.
Yeah. And so
I mean, no, trust me. I was the same way, Brett. Trust me. That's why I understand it. Sorry, go ahead, Billy.
yeah, right. So Jimmy, I'm gonna share my screen, maybe. So you guys can probably see. Nah, you don't need to do that.
They can see so well.
Yeah, that's just not going to work very well. Yeah. Well, let's see. Let's come over here to this tab. So this is a spreadsheet that I have had made for us. We spent probably $2,500 on this spreadsheet. But, right? I didn't make it. I'm not smart enough to make it. But, so if you see here, so we're going to use this guy for an example. Aaron has 8 entries, but he's not qualified in anything. And the reason that is because he just entered a bunch of different classes, right? So let's come down and find, okay, let's look at Aaron Mills, right? He's in the chat, right? So Aaron has, right now, he's got 8 entries with us, and he's qualified in one thing. And so here it is, and there's his name. So what we have to do is we scroll over, and we can see he entered Boss one time, but he apparently likes Cyclone Trump. And that's what he's qualified in. So this right here, highlighted green, is what he's qualified in. Now, I know you guys don't want to sit here while we go through everybody on this, right? But what I have done is I have created a document like this for the judges. So your judges can now link into this document. And if you wonder if you're qualified, they can tell you.
Mrs. Billy.
Right. So, here's one. Now, you got to be a member, and I don't know if these are members or not, but so there's one way the judge can tell, right? You see, this is, and look, man, doing this on your phone is probably a no-go, okay? Because that's a lot of scrolling all those classes, right? So I don't think it's too small on your phone. So the guy that makes this spreadsheet for us, this is just kind of hard to follow. So I asked him to do something different, and he come up with this. So now we can go, let's say, assassin, and here we don't have a flag that says somebody is qualified, but your judge can look into this document right here, and he can say, okay, this is assassin here on this drop down. So if you got 5 or more, so Belinda Horton, she's got 4 showing, right? So if all the data's in, she needs 1 more. Jeremy Sutton needs 1 more. But anyway, your judges will be able to just choose his class, whatever the class is, and see who. Oh, look, we only have really 1 in Typhoon Nowal. So,
Or
the alternative is they can see these classes right here. They can scroll and look at every class, right? Now, you ask, why don't I make this public for you guys? It's because you see how it is? You can't interact with it on the web. You can't choose the drop down and you can't slide it. You might could slide this. I don't know. But that's why you can't interact with it. So there's that. And just so you know, when we come across here, let's see, qualified. This is how we know which classes are dead for us. So we're going to keep something with the kids, right? But normally we see 15 over the course of a year. We're gonna end that class and come up with something better.
Word.
CEO, we don't have a lot in that, but that's a valuable class because that takes the biggest of the demo wars guys, gives them somewhere to play. Crowd Loud Goat, that is just extreme build, so you expect a low number there. Okay, Crowd Loud Trunk, that's not too bad. Let's see if we see anything else in the single digits. Hot Seat Trunk, see, only 14.
What about Deathmatch Extreme?
Well, I hadn't got there yet, or did we see it? Did you see it?
No. I'm just this one right here.
So question. Yeah, I might, did I pass it, you think? But so Hot Seat Trunk could be on the chopping block. This Hurricane Nowal, maybe it gets combined with something else because there's not very many people in it. That's something I'll probably think about. Let's see. Looking for that death.
That Iron Horse shouldn't have been 0 because I have 2 members down here in my area that are running.
It's 10.
I'm sorry, I thought it said 0. I apologize.
Yes, all right. Lit, that doesn't really take a spot on our term lab, so we don't really care. We probably won't get rid of that. That is the LED show. Man, look at these. Look at Mailroom. That's pretty good. Old school. I'm looking for that death match. So Sniper. We don't really want Sniper anymore, but we don't know what to do with B-pillar pickups, single cab pickups. What do you do? And what do you do when somebody shows up at a show which has happened, with a 12-inch subwoofer enclosure sitting on his front seat? I'm not putting them in an extreme class. Just not. We ain't doing that. We're not that stupid. So
I have 2 or 3 people at, I'd say at least probably 3 or 4 shows a year show up with a single cab pickup truck with subwoofers up there. With a center console build. So
yeah, if we get rid of that, we have to have somewhere for them to go that's fair. But right now, this is where they go, and so that's fair. So we can't really get rid of it. Let's see here. I did not see the death match. Let me scroll again.
You passed it.
Did I?
Well, the question that he's asking is there's a bunch of people with extreme vehicles running deathmatch. And Jamie likes to run deathmatch, but he doesn't have an extreme vehicle, so he doesn't think it's fair that he should have to go against an extreme vehicle in deathmatch.
Right. So what is deathmatch? Is 3 minutes?
3 minutes, yes, sir. And I mean, I do kind of agree.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we look and see if we can do something like what we're going to do next year for the other music classes, you know. But here's the thing. Next year, there will be no confusion. This pro section right here, it'll have some other classes there, and that's where any extreme build will go. If a judge puts somebody that's not in the pro in an extreme build, they either taking a butt whipping or they fired or something, because that's where they're going to go.
It happens. I mean, everybody
Yeah.
makes mistakes, and everybody makes.
But
Well, I
there's
did it
benefit.
once this year, and it was a stupid part of my mistake.
There's benefit for that. These guys,
But
these extreme builds, they want competition.
they do 100.
They're competitors, right? So
no death match at finals. What do you mean, sir? I don't understand.
yeah, there'll be death match at finals.
Well,
For him, he says.
because he doesn't want to run it against an extreme
get it.
build.
I get it. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I
I
get
don't.
it.
But see, here's the problem. I don't know if, for say, maybe you need to holler at him later on, because them extreme builds that you're talking about probably are not even coming to finals anyway, sir. I'm just going to be
Well,
honest with you. When I
Well,
say
like I said, we may do with that what we did with the demo type, like Typhoon and all them. We created classes for them.
wall and no wall and
Hang on, let me see, where'd it go? Here we go. So there is
10 dB difference is not worth it.
let's see.
Well, he didn't say it's not worth it, but
So what we did for these guys is we created Extreme Cyclone, Extreme Twister, right? So we may just have to do that. And this will be at finals. These classes will be at finals. You won't be able to choose that as a class for finals, Jimmy. It's not in your term lab. But when you send the score to me, I'll look at this frequency. You'll put these people in unleashed demo. And when I get the scores from the term lab file, I will look at their frequency and put them in whichever one of these they belong. That's how we're handling that. But you guys, we only have 48 spots in the term lab. They're filled up for us. So we can't. In order to make these classes, we got to kill something. We got to cut out some other classes.
we're not perfect by any means. We're still growing, and
Yeah.
we listen to you guys, and we do appreciate what you say. I mean, and we definitely don't want you to ever take that where it's just us kind of shrugging you off and not listening, because we do listen and we do understand.
Well,
Trust
yeah, and also, you may have one idea. Something might be fair to you. Across the country, it's
It might
not
not.
fair. So
yeah.
there's that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So I mean, we listen to what you say and we listen to what everybody else says. So it's not just a one person opinion, obviously.
Yeah.
But when it makes sense, it just makes sense. So
Right. And it took us a minute to come up with this idea of putting these in extreme classes. And listen, man, let me tell you what's not handy about this is this requires, actually my son does this. So, but my point is it's a human doing it. It's not a computer. And so, there'll be mistakes made, and that's just not cool. I'll show you. Here's a good example right here. Now this is a judge. Where's that qualified? There we go. So I noticed a minute ago when we're scrolling, and so you probably go look on the top 10s, you'll see this class, when it's not class. See this right there? Steeth. Some judge in his term lab has it spelled that way. Oh, my bad. Hold on. Yeah. Some judge in his term lab has stealth spelled Steeth, right? And we have apparently fixed it on the class, but somewhere it's still popping up in our data. Steve, that's because a human did it, right?
I'm not laughing at hell. It's probably me. Shit.
They ain't no telling.
I don't know. It's hard to say.
Typos happen, especially when you have to retype them in immediately because you might have had a problem, But so let me do this just for fun. Let me see. Let's see. Data, sort range. Oh my God! I wish I hadn't done that. Let's just
He's got a lot of that data, and he's been working on a lot of that data. So, I mean, if you guys have some questions, definitely PM Dan. He will be able to help you for sure. 100%.
All right, so let's go scroll down here to stealth and see if we can find that. This is how I have to find the errors, but because it showed 0 entries, I'm not sure. I'm not really sure why that would be, but okay. So let's scroll stealth, sniper, stealth. So yeah, it's going to take me a minute to find that error, but
It is what it is. I mean, it just goes to show.
yeah, but it's definitely a human error, and they happen, you know. Let's see, did that fix it? What was that? That was on the qualified, right? No, still there. So I don't know where it's pulling that from. Would have been here.
Thank you, David. We appreciate you watching. Appreciate you running in the lanes and showing us support too as well. You know, I kind of agree with that, Brett. Look, Billy.
Mm-hmm. What's that? What would be top 10 members only?
The list.
No, the member list is probably a few people off. I added several day before yesterday, and I don't know if my son updated it. And I still have, I added about 10 or 15 people day before yesterday. I'm not sure if he's updated that yet or not.
There's definitely, you know, a couple of hiccups when it comes to that. So if you guys do feel like you're a member and you can't see things, reach out to your judge. You know,
Well,
I actually once sent the wrong link to somebody as far as one of my members. So, you know, it happens. So if you do feel like that you paid for a membership and you can't see anything, please just reach out to your judge. We'll be more than happy to help you. So
yeah, I can update it right now. He may have already did it, but I don't know.
well,
So,
I'm just saying because it's happened. You know, there's been a couple of us that's made a hiccup or two. So, you know, it happens.
yeah, we run base shows. We're not data people.
Yeah, it's okay, David. We appreciate you.
Let me see here. All right, so
Yeah, finals is October 5th. Whoever asked, but how many locations do y'all have? I mean, Billy, you could probably answer that better than anybody.
I'm estimating about 8.
About what?
About 8.
8? Yeah, we only have 8 locations.
I think so. There are some people that want to do it and they say they're doing it, but you know, they may not wind up getting it done.
As far as finals, guys, finals. That's what he's answered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some judges that are, I think, planning on it, but I don't know if they will. Don't know if they will get it done.
Hell yeah. So I mean, it happens. So hopefully, we'll see. A lot of hiccups, a lot of growing pains. A lot of people, trying to do finals via live.
So I just updated.
But also,
I just updated the members list.
there you go, guys. There you go. He just
And
updated that. So
when you guys fill that member form, this is how it comes to me, right? Like this. And so let's see. This right here, if anybody knows this person, they didn't give us their name. They gave us an email, but the email is bad. The email bounces back.
what's the name?
I don't know. They didn't give a name. Probably just a flick of a finger or something.
What's the email?
Shan GUVES 40. So, sometimes there's things that happen there. Not sure what's going on here, but
does it give you an area or anything like that, sir?
it says Greg Kelly's there, Joe. So it's a Tennessee person.
All right. So, Greg, I seen he was watching us a little bit earlier. So, trying to figure out who that is.
So I think
What's up, Galloway?
yeah, Jimmy, here's your guy. He filled it out. Remember we talked about him the other day?
Mm-hmm.
So I think all these are done, but my son color codes them in after he does. Hope I don't mess him up. We're gonna do it. This is how I know they're done.
Right. I mean, I wouldn't do that because you don't know if he did it. You
I
do
remember he may not have sent them the confirmation email giving them their number yet.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm pretty sure it's
That's
because
what that is. And Jimmy, when you guys fill out the form for your events, right? This is how it comes to me. I have all the stuff I need right here, or it goes to him, my son. And so we got all the information we need to make this. We got a few people. Dan O'Brien, you need to fill these out for your show. So I noticed that no Dan O'Brien shows are here. And we share this with manufacturers and stuff. So this is how they look and decide if they want to sponsor us, right?
What do you want me to ask you, Billy or Brett? What do you want me to ask? Yeah, Dan, you need to stop it. Bad boy, bad boy.
So, and look, y'all, this is 209 we have right now already, so.
That's badass.
But this is the judges fill out a little form like you guys do for memberships in order to come on the shows. And so that's how that works.
That's why I leave that up to Mom because I would mess all that shit up too.
Right.
Thank God for her when it comes to that. I forget half that shit. Top 10 when you have to be a member starting next year.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
I actually kind of agree with you when it comes to that, Brett, because I had kind of mentioned that to Billy once this year when we was talking about it. I think to save him on a little bit of footwork and
let me say something
bonus thing for you being a member.
Listen, the reason I made this other document over here for the judges, this is the one I made for the judges right here. So the judges, man, in each of your areas, you can come over here and, all right, let's pick somebody, Jimmy. Let's pick you, right? So we can click Jimmy's name right here. If I can find him, you see yourself? There you are. All right. And so this is like, if you're in Jimmy's area, here's your top 10s for just your area.
Pull it up. That's it. Here, let me back up.
Wonder why? Oh, I guess because yeah. Wonder why it's only taking half the screen. I don't know how to fix that, y'all. But I could drop it down a little bit. Maybe that'll. Nope. Well, bear with me. I will see if I can give this a little bit of a desktop capture. Yeah. Let's just do that.
A lot better, sir.
All right. Now I can blow it back up where you can see. Yeah. Okay. So in Jimmy's area, here's all the top 10s for Jimmy's area. And so I did this so if you can't make the top 10s nationwide, you can still make top 10s in your area. And this will allow you to have some fun,
And not only that, what we had talked about next year, possibly doing, maybe regional finals or, something like that. And then doing like an overall final. So that might be coming too as well, guys. Just saying.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. So when we do these giveaways, Greg makes a good point. You got to be a member, and we have a lot of people with us that are not members, but we do giveaways too. If you remember, you can get any of that. But yeah, so each judge they can scroll here. They can look at old Greg. We can look at Greg and here's his top 10s, for all his classes. But the problem is, I cannot make a graphic for all the judges. I would spend every day doing that, and I'm just not. So hopefully we'll have a website where you guys can go and do this for yourself. But let me see here. Let's see who else is. Let's go to California, right? Because they got a lot of loud people over there. Yep. They got big numbers, right? But anyway, my point with this is any of the judges have access to this document now, and they can go check it out for you. And if they want to find a way they can copy paste that and post it up for you guys, it's doable. Right?
Hold on, Greg. Hold on now. All right. Damn it. That's war. No, I'm joking. I don't know. It's just kind of fun because there's some guys that are not going to be as loud as guys that are in California. And there's some California guys that might not be as loud as in Florida or somewhere else. There's always that guy that's loud, no matter where you are. I don't care.
That's what I love about the top 10s is that is a true, and I'm going to say now it's worldwide that we got Trinidad and Africa in. That is competition across the world.
Yeah. And I said that earlier today and somebody was like, yeah, whatever. I was like, no, seriously. You think about it. Trinidad, Africa, it's
if it was just freaking Mississippi, I'd be happy with that, right? So, but even the country is kind of awesome, right? Shoot, man, just fun.
100%. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's true. Yeah, I really did consider the doing members only, but I didn't want to alienate others for that very reason right there.
Well, I apologize. Oh, I'm so sorry. I do agree with you, but in that same sense, pay that little bit of money. Become a member.
Let's be real. This drives competition. Right?
Like Brett said. Come on. Seriously, it's $25. Come on, guys.
Next year it's going to be $30 though.
Oh, wow. That's $30. Come on, seriously.
Right.
I'm not trying to be a butt about it, but come on, guys.
Yeah.
That's just paying for Billy to keep track of all your numbers and all your stuff. Because we're not like, and I'm going to say this, and I'm sorry, but we're not like all the other organizations. We don't give our information over and it gets put out on a big information sheet. Billy does all that by hand.
Well,
or his son helps him, and they do that all by hand, and they enter in all them numbers. It doesn't
I'm thinking to purchase a card maker that costs about $8,000. That's what that extra $5 is for, right?
Seriously, though, it is though. Truthfully, you got to stop and think about it. Billy enters in all them numbers. They will come on there just by us sending him a copy.
It is work, no doubt, man. It is a little work. But
he likes it. Don't let him fool you.
No, I love it, man. I love it. I love sound and competing, and I love it. Yes, I do. Hands down.
He used to be allowed back in his day, early 50s.
Right, I did a 50. 49.9 with 815s, buddy.
Right? Back in the early 50s, he was loud.
Yeah, that's about what it was. You guys sort of don't know how good you have it. However, and man, people are going to be mad at me about this, but the speakers today to me do not sound as good as the speakers back then.
It used to
They
cost
just
big
don't.
money
Now,
back then.
that being said, we sealed our enclosures back then, and that naturally makes for better sounding music. Said what I said. You can do a ported enclosure, and that some of them can sound nice, right? But that's Jimmy. That's Jimmy.
Hold on now. I think you're older than me, sir.
Where was Fred Flintstone set at?
I don't know. In
Probably
your house?
in Kansas City.
And I think in your house, in your backyard, they ask you to
Uh,
borrow your property, and he's like, "Come on down."
I was driving here right before this, and I think I might revisit that whole van thing also, just as kind of a quick little system, right? Like
Mhm.
sundown is next week, and I don't think I get anything done before then because that's just really quick to throw a wall in the van with some, and I have to get an alternator, batteries, and all that stuff real fast. But I had that thought when I was
If you build it, they will come.
right.
Remember that old
I
saying?
put that van up for sale, but no bites on it. So, I guess I'll probably just, and I done fixed everything on it. I spent as much on it as I paid for it.
Well, I understand.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes I kind of wish I had something like that I could just haul all my equipment to a show it.
I'm gonna be honest,
But-
man. As far as shows go,
Have you
there ain't no better.
Are you friends with Pippin Laswell?
Well, he didn't hit me the other day when I saw him, so I guess so.
Look at what he bought this weekend at the trailer.
Okay. He told me he was getting a trailer.
Oh my
Did you get
god!
a trailer?
Oh,
Little trailer, right?
it's beautiful.
Yeah, he told me he'd ordered it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I want one so bad. I really do. I really, really, honestly do.
Well, I think you got it in South Georgia.
$8,000.
Wow.
I don't have that money. I mean, if y'all want to
Listen,
donate
man.
it to me,
Wait a minute. Judges don't have no expenses, so that can't be true.
come on now. If y'all want to donate me $8,000 to help me pay, hey, I'm gonna start up a GoFundMe page.
All right.
I'll do shows no matter where you are next year. If y'all pay for my trailer, I'll do a show no matter where you are for free. Hold up.
Yeah. Brett
but
is
still.
not lying about this. You won't see my stuff halfway done. You will not. I did it when I built this other truck last time. Won't ever do it again. Y'all can have that raw wood look. It's yours.
Well, and mine people, there's a lot of them that they give up on it. They get it loud and they just quit. And I don't mean to be rude, but they get it loud and they quit.
Man, there's some people just don't have staying power. They just
And
they
I
start
don't think they care.
well, it's not that.
I
think
that's all they
that when the tough get going, they kind of do some walking rather than a little soul searching and sticking with it,
Yeah, I mean, you're right on that part. How many times I've heard that,
that might come
same
in
statement.
handy right there.
I've heard the same statement so many times out there.
Right. That could be true, but I bet it will be. And given somewhat a equal system, right? I challenge anybody. If you're a little louder than me, you won't be next week when I come, right? I ain't scared, and my stuff be pretty too. There is just one thing that I would say that I probably don't share with a lot of you guys. The integrity of the vehicle. The vehicle is made to be drove around. So these extreme builds, fine. I think that's an extreme build, and that's what it is. And I don't really consider it a vehicle anymore. But if I'm going to be driving my vehicle, it's not going to burp at 70 hertz, right? It's going to play music, right? And so, but a lot of people don't think like I think. And and I'm not gonna pinch my seat up to be uncomfortable just to drive a base ride. If I'm not smart enough to, let's just design something that I can be comfortable in and ride.
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna do it. Right.
If you wouldn't daily drive it. I agree.
Yeah. So anyway, that's where I'm at as far as what I like to do.
I agree. There's a lot of differences in it, and I think, unfortunately, that's something that's going to have to be added to the old book next year of a little bit of rules and regulations. Unfortunately, I hate using them words, but I think it's going to have to be put with that period and that dot and that T crossed at the end.
What rule?
What is an extreme build and what is not? I mean,
yeah, we can do that. You can decide.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of differences or variations when it comes to that. What a lot of different people think is an extreme build.
It don't matter what they think. It matters what we think.
I agree. 100%.
So like I have had vehicles that had a wood seat, but it had factory dash, factory door panels, factory windshield. I didn't make that extreme, Here's what I say, and it's the same way I define that wall, right? If in a wall, your intention is, well, first of all, most people don't even know why they make a wall, really. But to make a wall, the intention is to shrink the cabin and to direct all the sound waves and pressure towards the front where the sensor is, where the meter is. Okay, so if you didn't complete, if you failed to do that, if you didn't trim it out well, okay, if it's an inch from the side, man, that's still a wall. But if it's a foot, that ain't a wall. I mean, you tried. Right? You can tell your buddy it's a wall, but it didn't work, and so it ain't a wall.
I mean,
same way with an extreme build. Let's just say, you did all you put wood seats, right? And you still got your factory dash, and you put some tape over it. That's not an extreme. It is, but it ain't, right? It's not. You tried, but you're not there yet.
I mean, the way I feel is minus the roof, because I don't care. To me, the roof doesn't matter. I don't care if you got steel. I don't care if you got concrete. I don't care if you've got wood on the roof. The roof doesn't matter to me. But from the B-pillar forward, if anything is modified, as far as I'm not talking like he changed his seat. That's not an extreme modification.
Right.
When you pull your dash off and you completely weld a bunch of steel and then put your dash back on, that's a modification. When when you're pouring concrete in your floorboard, when you're welding steel plates inside the B-pillar, that's extreme to me.
Yeah.
But
and I'll tell you a better way to think of it, Jimmy.
When you leave the B-pillar forward.
And there's a reason I'm putting those in these pro classes. Pro people do that.
I say, and see, in Windows,
See, spray foam and tape, that don't make you extreme to me.
No, the spray foam and tape doesn't make you extreme. That just makes you broke. That makes you broke to me, and you're trying to do what you can do.
Yeah, when you start doing steel, I think you there, right?
Okay, well, here you go. Let's take my build, for instance, Billy.
Mm-hmm.
Because my build, I have a steel cage that goes all the way up to the front of my windshield on the top, on the roof. But everything else from the B-pillar forward is factory.
See, that's where you got to judge. And to me, that's not extreme.
I would say that's not an extreme build either, because the seats are real, the carpet's real, the floorboard's real, the dash is real, the window's real, everything else is real minus the roof. So, But somebody else might cry, oh, well, he's got steel up on his roof, so that gains him because he's got some steel up there. And that's not fair. I can't afford to do that. So how is that not an extreme?
Right.
So, I mean, there's always going to be that one tiny person that's always going to have that bitch or that complaint.
And that's
I'm
fine. But that's why it's important. You know what people call you? They call you a judge. And you got to judge. You don't, in Base Wars, we don't rely on a book for us to wimp out of doing our job. It's your job to judge these vehicles, right?
Yes.
You don't have to have a book that says, oh, you're an inch past the B pillar with your amp. You're at extreme. Bull crap. Right. I mean, okay. I mean, for us, if another org wants to do that, that's fine. That's what they do. But to me, that common sense is just not there, you know? So we're not going to be that.
No, I agree. But we need to make sure it's a common practice throughout.
And I'll tell you something else too. Just because you do something creative, right? That don't mean you have to go into extreme either, right?
Okay. I would say elaborate when you say that. I mean, seriously, I don't mean to be a jerk, but elaborate when you say
this is the example I'm speaking of. If you put duct tape or whatever tape, aluminum tape over your vents, that don't mean you're extreme. It means you're trying to gain a dB, right? Don't mean you're extreme.
Okay. I mean, I guess I can agree.
Understand the orgs that do that, man. Yep, I agree with you.
Yes.
Jamie. Yep, I agree.
You know, and I mean, it just we want to try to keep it, you know, fair for everybody, but in that same sense, there has to be a definite no or a fine line. Or, you know, okay, you can't cross this barrier, or you can't keep going.
And that's what they're used to. They're used to orgs doing that for them, and we're just not doing it, man. We using our common sense, man. We just gonna use our common sense.
Okay, I'm gonna say this, and we all have to be using the same common sense stuff.
Right. We got to educate.
And that's what I want to say between us.
For those of you that don't know, Base Wars take on a lot of judges in the last. We've grown a lot, and so. But I'm writing a rule book, right? But it's not for you guys; it's for the judges, right?
Absolutely.
Got the judge rule book. So we're going to get a little bit more streamlined soon. I promise
you. We're listening to everything you guys say, and trust me, if I don't catch your comments, Billy catches your comments, and I'll tell you, there'll be some times where I'll go back and I'll watch a show, you know, periodically through the week, just to try to see if there's a comment or something that I think is really valuable to us or what we have to talk about, you know, kind of through the rest of the week, just to catch up and to stay on top of stuff. So I definitely appreciate everything you guys talk to us about. So don't think that it falls on deaf ears, because it doesn't. We all listen. Trust me.
Yeah. So that conversation that we had is what made me create this document here for the judges.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't a way for them to know, but this document that I have right here. So this is it's identical to the one that I used that populates everything on the web. So what I did is I simply copied it. I made a copy of it, and I shared it with all the judges. So now the judges can come through here. You can figure out who you're. I done lost my cursor. I don't even know where it's at. Anybody see my cursor?
Here, cursor.
So let's say, well, actually, you know, you were talking about qualified. So the judges have this ability now. That with this document, and look, just full transparency, you're going to see some discrepancies, and this is why. If here's the scores and the data for this document, all that other stuff you just saw pulls from here, right? This is all our scores for whatever. All right. So we come over here to qualified. And all right, so this is a document that is shared with the judges, but this is not the end-all be-all document for the judges that we use, that is posted on the web. And this is how come. Let me find top 10 maybe. I'm just going to give you an example. And this is good for any judges watching. Say I don't like Team Ain't Loud Wally, having Team Ain't Loud Wally as name. Maybe I just want it to be Wally. Normally when just killed it. So any edit of this document, now that just killed that, but depends on where you are, what tab you're on, that you change something, it'll wipe the whole document out. So that being said, what I'm doing is, as we update our document that feeds the web and is our end-all be-all document, when we add those scores, and I'll show you how we do it. I don't mind. I got no reason not to share. Here we have, let me find it. Okay. You know what? It's a live stream, right? You don't have to go. This is good for people to see. This is what it takes for me to get this to you guys, right? So the judges send me a file, right? And then I have to download that file from the Term Lab, right? I download the file, I change it from one format to another, and then I can import it into this Google Sheets. So right here, Bayou Kickoff right here. Here's all these scores, right? So basically, I copy all this data. I copy this data from these documents, and we have, I guess, 200 shows here on this. On this. This is for every show we've done. I got all the brutal data right here. All right. So then I come over here to this document, and I come over here, and I have this tab right here. You can't see it, but it's called Scores Prepared. All right. So here is this right here is just for us. But so we copy that data over here, and here's where you notice all the gaps in this, and see these numbers. These are just Term Lab numbers that don't mean nothing, that we have to change them. Notice that this is the scores. I mean, this is first place, second place, third, not even there. So when we come over here, we have to come over here, take a file. Let me see if we got any that's not done. I don't think we do. But we have to take a file, and we have to manually change the places. And we have to do that by watching the class, watching the score, but I manually do that. All right. So once we get this in a format that works with everything else, I copy this data into this over here. This is the document that feeds the web and the top 10s and also. We just copy and paste it here. From that, now once there, it's on the top 10s. All right. So, but if we go back over here, all right. So here's the data, right? And it's a lot of it. It scrolls over. There's more. We have to add. Like, here's your names, so we might have to change a name, misspelling or whatever. We have to add the judge's name. We add the date. We have to add that. And I add, scores prepared. Like, so this is, this right here stands for Dan O'Brien. He did a show on 7/13/24. And that's what you need, a key identifier when it comes to programming. So if we were to ever search for if you guys says, hey, I attended this show, I can go search. You tell me when it was, I can go search and find this and see if you're on there. So we have to do a lot. We have to manually type all this stuff in. All right. So now we take this data for this show and we copy this show. And we come over here and we paste it. and we delete all that other stuff except what we put onto the graphics. Well, we arrange it. So you see where these classes and all this stuff is. We have to take and slide. We have to arrange it, slide it over by the score. We rearrange it all. It takes time. And so then we take this and we copy this after we get this done. Most of the time, we have to take half of this and put it beside one another so it'll look right on the graphic. I can't show you anymore just because I don't have it up, but we copy this into Adobe Illustrator. And Adobe Illustrator, we convert it to curves, which is convert it from text to just a graphic. And then we massage it or whatever. And then we can then copy it from there over into Photoshop. It won't go straight into Photoshop. And in Photoshop, we make the graphics that you guys see. So that's what it takes for every single graphic that you guys see. And I bet there's thousands of them on Base Wars right now if you were to look. So that is the pain point we have, just getting the data to you, man. I mean, each one of those takes an hour. We do 10 shows a weekend, man. That's 10 hours, you know. I don't know how much extra time we all work. We all got other jobs, you know. I don't know how much time y'all have extra, but that's just to get the graphic to you and to get the data on there.
I really like your hat, Billy. I didn't even notice it until just a little bit ago.
That's I bought it on Kicker's website.
Is that a snapback?
Yep.
It is? Okay.
Yep.
I should. All right.
Let's see here. You can go under gear, hats.
Yep.
This where I got it. There it is. You can even finance it. $5 a month.
How much is it?
Huh?
How much is it?
$20. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. You can't see it. My bad. Hold on.
No.
I went to their website.
I was like, no, I can't even see it. Okay. Yeah. I like it.
But check this out, man. I bought this shirt, man. This shirt turns out to look sharp. Dude, I put that thing on. It's a cool looking shirt, man. Okay.
I like that.
Yeah, you would love it. It's like silky kind of, you know, fishing shirt or something like that. But it looks sharp when it's on.
They got to make like an extra large short because I'm fat and short.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I went shopping on here recently. I got a couple of thin mount 10s and a 15 and amp and anyway, I like
that gray shirt with that subwoofer, or that tan shirt with that subwoofer right there.
Yeah, I've not seen that one. It wasn't here. It may have been, but I didn't see that. But I will tell you this: I had a little problem completing my order. It was my fault, but I had to fill my cart like 10 times. Just something happened with my computer, right? And I was gonna buy these, and before I did it, I forgot to add those. So I got a lot of shirts and I forgot to add these earbuds, but I use AirPods, right? I love them. Here they are. I keep them with me. They're always with me. I'm going to try these, you know?
I use my Samsung ones forever, and I love them and I love them and I love them, but I made the mistake of leaving them in my pocket, and my wife washed them. Oh, wow. And one of them doesn't work and the other one barely turns up. So, you know, $200 worth of earbuds are just fucked now because I didn't pull them out of the damn laundry. And it's nobody's fault but my own because I left them in my damn pants.
Right. Yeah.
Check your pants. Check your pants.
I forgot to put them in my cart when I made my order. When I go to order a bunch more, I order them. But yeah, I was excited about those and I missed them. It sucks.
Yeah, I might have to order me a new pair for sure because I definitely use mine all the time. Especially in
Yeah.
my line of business, I can actually leave an earbud in and actually listen to some music while I'm fixing your air conditioner, while I'm fixing whatever I'm fixing in your apartment, anything. So,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, I wear mine all the time, man. Like when I'm in the van, I usually wear the AirPods because that way I can talk on the phone easier. It's got Bluetooth, whatever, but they don't sound as loud. If I'm cutting the grass, man, they're in.
yeah,
you know,
definitely listen to music while cutting your ass. Definitely, yes, sir.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I wanted to try them and I forgot to add them to my cart. I was like, dang. I'll get them next time.
I might have to buy. How much are they?
$60.
I'm gonna have to probably order me a pair too.
Yeah, man. But I think the AirPods are like $160, $170, $180.
I don't have Apple.
No, they're yeah, you probably wouldn't, but they're awesome, man. They got this noise canceling. It works. It's good.
I had the same thing with my Samsung, but only better.
Maybe. I don't know. I ain't a Samsung. I ain't one of these guys that's a Samsung hater. I think they got a far better camera. I like the charging, the way they charge a little better. But I know this in my past, I had a Samsung phone and it got slow over time. And dude, I went into this place of business. I was trying to make a phone call before I went in. It wouldn't dial. It just wouldn't. So I left it on the seat and went in. I handled my business. It's probably in there 20, 30 minutes. I come back out. I'm riding down the road and I hear a person saying, hello, hello. It took that phone 30 minutes to dial.
That'd be your service provider, though.
I seriously threw a fairly high dollar Samsung phone out the window. I threw it out the window and I ain't never looked back.
That'd be your service provider, though, not your phone. I don't care if that was an Apple, iPhone,
that
whatever.
was a phone thing. It just, for whatever it was doing, it just wouldn't dial. And I didn't hit in, it wouldn't dial. It was just blank. And I laid it on the seat, went in and come out. And I did. It's there on the side of the road in Jackson somewhere still probably. I don't know. But and so that was it. That was it for me. But I see the photos and videos from people that have them and they take good. The only reason I ever upgrade my phone is if they come out with a better camera. And the cameras and the video cameras on these phones are just amazing. You know. Let's see. Why are finals so far from Northern Alabama?
They actually haven't been announced yet, so you don't know
a location is the problem. People have a hard time finding locations. So I think Tina chose Montgomery because the guy there, he asked her, he wanted to have it. He has internet for her, and that's just probably why. We actually got to have them kind of close. Jordan is doing his, I think, just outside Mobile, Alabama, and Fairhope, Alabama. And so Montgomery is about 4 hours north. So 3 hours north of Mobile. So, but anyway, that's why. It's just simply a location. They have to have internet. So let me say this, and the judges are going to hate me for this. They think they're going to be able to hotspot to me. They're going to have to test this ahead of time, and it's not going to work. They think they can hotspot to me. So, there ain't enough bandwidth to do that. You can't live. Anyway, they have to be able to plug in. You gotta about be able to plug into an internet to have the finals, to send me that feed. If you don't, you saw last year we had services coming in and out. The only exception to that is Richard out in California. His problem was heat. It was very hot and his stuff overheated. His computer or whatever he was hotspotting with, it overheated. Nobody else have I found that a hotspot really worked. So they have to have somewhere to plug in the internet. Doing it the way we do it, that's a hard ask. A lot of the places that we do shows, they don't have the internet there, or we can't get close enough to plug in or whatever. but that's a pretty big deal. But I will say this, and I don't know where you are, Carl. I know you kind of move around, but even if you have to go to Montgomery, what is that? 3 hours, maybe, if that. That's still better than having to go to have across the country,
100%. We used to have to drive to Missouri. That was so far away. It was like a 40-minute drive. I mean,
right. Well, literally,
seriously,
back in the old USAC days, we did it in Kansas City.
Was it
Imagine
Bartle Hall?
you're in Miami and you're driving to Kansas City.
Yes, sir.
Carlos goes from Las Vegas, Nevada, about 20 hours to Lawton, Oklahoma, every year.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
20 hours pulling a heavy with a. I mean, he probably gets 2 miles a gallon.
If he's
2
lucky.
gallons a mile,
If he's lucky, for sure.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, so we get it.
Right.
I mean, it's true though, Brett. I mean, it used to be here. It used to all be at Bartle Hall.
We used to do it at Bartle Hall. That's right.
Because why? We're the Midwest. We're the center of the damn U.S.
Kansas City is pretty much the center of the country.
Where am I at? Kansas City, Kansas.
Yeah. If we were having one finals, it would be in Kansas City. I don't understand why the Orgs have their finals on the East Coast. I don't get it. I do kind of get it. If you look at the map, guys, I wonder if I could. Let me see here. I could explain this to you if I can show you a little better. All right. So this is Google Maps. And let me blow up. Let me show you the country.
You're not showing us nothing.
I will. All right. Okay. So you have California out here, the East Coast, Portland, Oregon. You have all this, and this is populated over here. I don't know if you guys can see my cursor, but so you have that. Then you have these mountains right here. And then that blocks all the rain from getting here. And that's why this is all desert, right? Well, from Oregon, you might say, all the way over, look, it don't even turn green until you get to around Kansas. So there's not a whole lot over here, right? It's because there's not a lot of water. Well, population-wise, here is just not very many. And there's definitely not many base heads, right? So they really look at half the country from here to over here where base heads are populated. And so even still, looking right in between that is what? Louisville, Kentucky. That's where most people have their finals, and that is why. Right there. So, but what they do is they just say F you to all these guys. Not really, but they just got more people to please over here. And these guys just have to make that track all the way over there, and that is how come, that's how come there's just not much here. That's why most of your finals are here. But if you look at the dead center of the country, what you got? Just about got Kansas City right there, right in the center. Yep.
Hello.
So, but even still, you look to come from Miami up to Kansas City, that is as far as from California over to Kansas City almost. So, let's see. Yeah, man. So there's that. That is
It happens. It happens, but that's why we kind of try to do it how we do it. But there might be some things in the works for next year where it might be a little different. We'll see.
Next year, we're going to limit the number of finals locations. You'll have to probably travel a little bit. And we're not limiting it to be mean. We're trying to limit it to be of a quality, give you a quality show. Like, it really bums me out that we don't have a big show for y'all to go to. Maybe we'll grow into that, but I don't want to have 30 shows across the country and you guys have 10 guys there. I mean, maybe I should be okay with that because we're going to live stream it. But you miss out on being able to see the guys that are beating you. You know, you miss out on having that cool atmosphere, going to dinner with all the, you miss out on all that. So I envy the other orgs for being able to pull people to have one big finals. I do, man. I don't envy for having to pay for those venues though. Base Wars couldn't do that. We can't pay. I don't think they can either. They get sponsors to do it, but Base Wars, we're just not real strong at getting sponsors. So, but
we're working on that.
I mean, like some of these, they cost $30,000 to $50,000, man. Man, you guys would be having to pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars for an entry. And if you have to pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars for an entry, guess what? Most of you are not going to do it. You might not be able to do as many classes. I didn't even want to go up to the $75 we're going up to this year. I didn't want to do that because I know that the more money you go up, the less people you have to play. And I want people to play. So.
Absolutely. Absolutely. 100%. And I don't know, it kind of gets hard. We understand when it comes down to, your guys' pockets with reality and life, but in that same sense, like Billy says, location. I mean, that's it 99.9% of the time is location.
This year, it will be $75 per class. No cut on the second. It's just $75, and that's because it depends on how much it does not depend. That's what it's going to be. But we did that originally before we had the idea of getting any sponsors to try to provide a little better reward. So,
but within the hopes of the three companies and people we got working with, is we're going to provide you guys with some pretty damn decent awards this year.
If they don't lock up soon, Billy's fixing to start building some more awards, and then there you go. But something's got to happen soon because it takes Billy some time to build those awards. It can't be done in a week,
Well, hopefully we don't have to come to that, but reality sets in, and we are getting close to that time. So,
yeah, what, we're 2 months away?
Yes, sir.
Right.
So we got to get something. So,
like 8 weeks. What's this? This is August, September, October.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Gotta get on.
Yes, sir. So, with that being said,
any other questions about finals? We don't mind answering. That's what this night was supposed to be for. We talked about a bunch of other stuff though, but
yeah, I kind of think we went over. I won't say a lot of it. There's
yeah.
So I was asked this the other day, and me and you had this conversation. There's going to be 3 or 4 people out there that don't have enough points for their shows.
Mm-hmm.
Can they pay to get to finals? No, absolutely not. I don't care if you give me $100. I don't care if you give me $1,000. You cannot pay to come to finals. I'm sorry, but it's not fair, and Base Wars is not going to do that. And here's a funny one for you. I reached out to Billy, I don't know, it was about a month and a half ago when I finally got my Tahoe back. I was like, Billy, I want to bring my Tahoe to finals. And Billy said, do you have enough shows?
Right.
And I'm a judge. So that right there, that shows integrity. Just like Brett said, that's integrity. So, I mean, as a judge, he physically told me, do you have enough shows to bring your vehicle?
Now, I will be candid and tell you this. If you have run with us 40 times and you have not qualified for whatever, I have changed your class. So if you have 4 shows in Typhoon and 1 show in what's the one that's wide open? Do we even have one that's wide open anymore?
What do you mean, music class Typhoon, 40 to 60.
Right.
Or a hot seat.
Yeah,
Oh,
hot
that's
seat.
funny.
All
That's
right.
funny.
So say you had 4 Typhoons and you had a hot seat and you've run a crap load with us. Yeah, we're gonna help you out. We're gonna change that hot seat one to a Typhoon if the frequencies are the same, right? Yeah, we do that, right? We're not gonna do it for everybody. You know, if you ain't running with us, but 4-6 times, you know, maybe not, right? But we do just want to have fun, but we're not going to let people that have been running the class just jump in your class. We just can't do it, you know? So we would do a little bit of that, right? I don't mind helping in that way, but we want you to be at those shows, man. Like I said, we're trying to build a culture, and that's what it's about for us.
My dog just took off. I heard the door go.
Oh, really?
I was like,
Yeah,
what the
you
heck?
got that light behind you blinking too. I thought it might be a ghost.
Oh, yeah. My Bud Light.
Yeah. If you change your build, you just got to make 2 shows in the class with your new build. So like we don't penalize you if you add an amp and you go from Bandit to Assassin. We don't make you get 5 in Assassin. You just got to get 2 in Assassin, right? Because we don't want to penalize you for upgrading your system, right? That'd be bad. So that's another thing we do that kind of forgives people when it comes to, you know, getting into finals when you don't exactly have the scores to. But and don't get me wrong, what I just told you, that's rare. Like I've done it maybe 3 times in that I know of, you know, in all our time.
What's that? Change the scores?
Yep. Or change the classes, you know.
Oh, classes, yeah. Shit. I think I don't
Yeah.
know. I think
So
I
like
love
if you had
that thing.
if you had 8 scores in Bandit class and you added an amp and now you're in Assassin class, yeah, just get two shows in the Assassin class, right? You don't have to get 5. So,
Yes. I don't know. I mean, we understand it. Sometimes it's hard, but you know, and here's what I'm going to tell somebody. And I've said this a couple times. Say, for instance, you're running a car and you made the mistake the day before and you blew your subs in your car. Bring your car to the show and run your door speakers. You're still going to get your points. You're still going to get your points. I know that's kind of a bullshit way to do it, but as long as it's the same vehicle with the same build, you're going to get your points for being at a show. So
right.
if you blew your equipment the day before, bring your vehicle. You can bring your vehicle to that show and fart the meter. I don't care. I mean, as long as it's that vehicle with that build, you'll get your points. So, I mean, you know, we understand accidents happen, and we're not trying to be like rude or being like really strict by it.
Yeah.
So
we want you to come to the party.
Please, please, yeah. Without you, we're not.
I'm going to say something else. Jimmy, a lot of people forget this or either just don't know it, you know. So right here, I'm just going to use this because it's just the center of this this piece of paper. The Bandit class goes from 0 to 250 inches, and it can go up to 3,000 watts, right? If you have 3,001 watts, Jimmy, they go up to Assassin, right?
Yes.
If they have 1,000,000 watts,
they
still only go to Assassin. That's
Absolutely.
right. So this where's that comment go I had up there? Yeah. So if you go from 20K and go to 40K, it kind of depends if it puts you in another class, you got to have 2 shows at 40K, 2 shows, right? But if you were in the Bandit class with 20K, you were already up 1, and you can only go up 1 class from your power. So in that case, when you added that 40K, it wouldn't matter.
We
Well,
don't know
that-
about that, Brett.
Do I know?
That's not set in stone yet. He asked what
Yeah,
time.
no. Listen,
That's not set in stone yet.
it's
we'll
not,
get back to you on that.
and I can tell you it's not going to be this year because they didn't have enough time to get shows in Africa and Trinidad. Even they've only had, I think, one show. But eventually, this is going to be a finals weekend, you might say, because timelines don't add up. So it's probably going to be that's up to each judge, right? If a judge is only expecting 10 people, I wouldn't expect a judge to be there all day like that, right? I would tell a judge at that point, run finals till noon and then cut it off and then start a kickoff show for the next year from noon to 5 or whatever, right? But everybody's hours won't be the same. Yeah. So yeah, man. So we're making some stuff for the extreme vehicles, right? We'll probably do it like we did for the music demo classes. So yes, there will. What'd you think, Jim?
Well, I'm just looking at the comments there. Just looking at comments. Just thinking about things. Sorry.
Right.
All right. Well, I think we're at that point in time of the day.
Yeah.
I definitely appreciate everybody for watching this and tuning in, and definitely thank you guys. We definitely appreciate all your guys' comments and concerns and worries. Like I said, we're definitely listening. Billy's got a lot to go through and decide what he wants to do with it, and I stand behind Billy, and Billy will talk with me, and we kind of go through a lot of shit together too as well. So it's definitely.
And I tell you guys, if you guys have never run a meeting before, you learn, and I have learned that you don't listen to the guy that yells the loudest. You don't listen to the guy that don't say anything. Of course, you gotta kind of listen to everything. And just because a guy yells the loudest doesn't mean he's right. Just means he's right for him, right? So you may say something, you may think, well, he's blowing me off. Well, no, I'm listening to you. I hear you, but I'm waiting till I hear some other stuff too. You gotta. It takes some time to make a good decision for everybody, not just one body. Man, let me see here.
Definitely. And just like Dan said, if you want to find out if you guys qualified, reach out to your local judges. And I'm going to say this, being one of your local judges, don't get upset with us if we don't respond back to you within 5 minutes or 24 hours, because a lot of us, we have normal jobs and we have normal lives too as well. We're going to get back to you as soon as possible. We're not blowing you off, but we have lives too. So if I don't respond back to you within 24 hours, don't go hitting my wife up, or don't go hitting Billy up, or don't go hitting somebody else up. Give me a minute to respond back. If I don't respond back within a week or 2 weeks, I understand. Then reach out, because that's where I'd say I'm dropping the ball. But hopefully that doesn't happen. But kind of give your judges a little bit of time because they have lives too.
So Peach has a total of 59 entries. And he's qualified in 6 classes. Right.
There you go.
The first one I see, he's got 12 Port War scores. Right.
So, there's plenty.
Right.
Plenty.
We think so too, man. Everybody keeps trying us to put some rules on it, but I just refuse, man. I refuse to.
100. And I stand behind Billy 100%. We don't want the damn rules. We want to stay relaxed. And if you want all the serious rigorous rules and all that bullshit, I'm sorry, but go somewhere else. And I hate saying that. Trust me, I hate saying that. But maybe we're not the organization for you.
Yeah. Yeah. We're not for a lot. There's a lot of people who don't like us, and they like the other. They like being bound by those. It's just a game, but that's the game they like, and ain't nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
Absolutely. 100%. It is what it is. And, I appreciate that and I understand that. But sometimes it's not for you. It's not for us. It kind of is what it is. But we do appreciate you. And we appreciate everybody that watches us or comes with us or hangs out and shows love and support. So,
yeah.
With that note, look at this. It's 9:00 or it's 9:12. So
let's do it. I got to do some supper.
Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, thank you. Appreciate you. Holler at Billy. Holler at your local judges. Holler at Dan O'Brien. Holler at Melissa. Holler at all of us. We're all here. Trust me. We will all help. Have a great night.